shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wait.
Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
Hello, welcome to Getting Weird with Than. I'm your host, Jonathan Getzenhammer, aka Than the Man, aka Uncle Jesse. This show, as well as all the shows on Overland Park Student Radio, are sponsored by patrons. Thank you so much for everyone who donates to our Patreon. If you want to check it out, go to patreon.com/Extra Credit Studios. Now, if this is your first time listening to the Getting Weird with Than podcast, and it is because this is my first episode, here's how it works. I find a bunch of weird shit people are doing online, and then I tell you about it. Now, I want to be clear, when I say weird, I'm not meaning that as a negative, alright? I'm here to celebrate weird shit. Believe it or not, some people think that the things that I do are weird. Apparently, it's weird to do simple things in life, like jerking off in a McDonald's ball pit. After hours, of course. Or I guess some people are not into the idea of eating a slice of melted cheese off a grown man's forearm. I guess that's considered weird. But anyway, guys, I'm one of your fellow weirdos. I'm here to celebrate you. And that's why I'm making this podcast. Plus, I need a new gig because I recently got fired from McDonald's. Unrelated. So let's talk about some weird stuff. Because let's be honest, who wants to be normal, right? I mean, what the hell's normal? T-shirts and grapefruits for breakfast? Fuck that. And I mean fuck that grapefruit. Because our first topic is apparently people are fucking fruit. Yeah, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the 2017 Queen Latifah movie Girls Trip, but there's a scene in there where one of the girls explains to them that you could suck a guy off and make him feel like he's fucking a woman by sticking a grapefruit on his dick before you suck him off. Now, I don't want to get you into all the gross details they got into, but long story short, I stuck my dick in some fruit. First off, grapefruit's a pretty big fruit. If you're a grapefruit man, good for you. I'll be honest, I'm more of an orange. I'm not a fucking tangerine, but I'm more of an orange man. But I gotta tell you, I tried it out, and it did not feel like sex to me. It felt more like I was crushing citric acid-filled fruit into my balls, which is not sex to me. That being said, I did figure out something that did feel more like sex to me, and I'm going to help you guys out with that now. So the first thing you're going to need is a balloon knot. So then, you're going to cut off the end of that, and you're going to wrap that around Big Than. That's what I call him. I call him Big Than. I mean, compared to him, I'm like Little Than. So you get that around Big Than, and then you just go to town. And I got to tell you, that felt pretty darn good to me. You got to hurry up quick, though, because you're kind of choking Big Than out. I mean, he was suffocating, which turns out is just as good for him as it is for me. Little secret. We're all weird, right? All right, let's keep moving on. So, I went around on YouTube looking for some weird shit and found a video that Vice shot. They made a little documentary called Meet the Kittens at Catgirl Manor. Vice has got a lot of really good weirdo stuff, like especially sex stuff. Vice's motto should just be like, Vice, perverts who make documentaries. So anyway, this house of girls where they're all cats. It's basically a big mansion out in the woods, and all the girls want to live like cats, I guess. But slutty cats for some reason. Like, they wear ears, they have tails, and then they just wear underwear everywhere they go. So I guess cats are slutty, which I didn't really know if I knew that, but it makes sense. I mean, every time you go near a cat, the first thing they do is just stick their butt right up in the air, like right up in your face, which I understand the compulsion, okay? Big butt up in the air, that's my Thursday nights. So I'm not judging. Maybe I'm a cat. Maybe I'd like living in this cat house. I have no idea. But, and I'm not here to judge the cat girls. They seem fine. But if you really wanted to be a cat, wouldn't you be like covered in fur? Wouldn't you wear fur all the time and not sexy underwear? It seems like you guys want to be like, sluts with tails. That's more of what I was seeing. Also, just reaching out to Twitter, at Little Cardi asked, does Than know what furries are? Fuck yeah, I know what furries are. I know all about furries. These girls are not furries. They want to be cats, but they don't want to go full furry. They just want like tails and ears, which is fun. And then they wear underwear and drink a lot of champagne, like cats. So the kittens at Catgirl Manor, we're not talking about full-on furries all purring and stuff. We're talking about more like smoothies. They're like shaved cats with thongs. They just have tails. I don't really know how much cat there is to it. There was some meowing, but I thought it was a polite amount of meowing. But we're not here really to talk about the cat girls. I don't think it's that weird, you know? Strap some ears on me, put a little tail butt plug in me. I'm a happy guy. I'm assuming they're butt plug tails. They didn't point that out, but they had to be butt plug tails, right? That's the way I'd do it. It's the only way to get that tight of a hold. Otherwise, it's just going to fall out. But what caught me about this documentary was not the cat girls. The weird thing in this was the men that they hung out with. The dudes they hung out with were the biggest Dungeons and Dragons World of Warcraft losers you've ever seen in your life. The only people with longer ponytails than these girls were the men that they brought to this house. And don't get me wrong, I mean, the men were cool. They were like, I have no problem that, you know, she dresses like a cat. And it's like, yeah, no shit, bro. No girl's gonna touch your dick without you paying her $50 first. So that's probably also a little bit of a perk to hanging out at the cat mansion. I mean, my whole thing with these girls is you could get some pretty cool guys to come hang out with you. You're all pretty hot in your underwear, and you just like cat ears and meowing. There's a lot of cool dudes who will come hang out with you. You don't need to hang out with guys who look like they went to go buy yet another samurai sword for their collection. If you can picture that. Nerds. Look, guys, I got no problem with weirdos. I hate nerds. But who doesn't, right? They suck. I asked some fans of the show, which is remarkable because this is my first episode and I already got fans. But then again, we call that the Than effect. The Than effect is also something that can be cured up with a penicillin shot, but that is for another episode. Let's see what some of our friends had to say here when I asked them, what are some weird, interesting fetishes you guys are into? At J. Mosif says that breathing gets them off all the time. Breathing. All right, that's pretty awesome. Probably uncomfortable on a bus, but I mean, I get it, man. That'd be cool. At Tall Guy NB says, sometimes I use Purell before I give handjobs to guys I'm not really into. So dry. And then I call it a Britney. Well, first off, I don't know why you're giving handjobs to guys you're not into. And second off, I don't know why there are guys that you're not into. I mean, it's a dick. How demanding are you? Also, if I saw a guy put Purell on his hands before he gave me a handjob, I would think, what a gentleman. And what a waste of time. Because I'm going to dirty the fuck out of those hands. You know what I mean? Of course you know what I mean. You're listening to Getting Weird with Than. At KMJLLN17. Sweet name, bro. They wrote, I can draw anime penises with color shading and all. And that's awesome. Feel free to send some of your anime penises over to us. Just send it to @CarloMoss, and he'll get it right to the rest of the cast. Any anime penises, frankly, let's just put that out there. If you have any great drawings of penises, just send them out to @CarloMoss. That's our official Twitter account here at Getting Weird with Than, @CarloMoss. So if you happen to have any weird pictures or videos of you doing something so crazy you don't want the internet to know about it, @CarloMoss, and we'll get it over here at the show, and we'll try it out. So be sure to send those shaded penises, colors and all. We'll take the black and whites though too, you know? Our last viewer tweet comes from @EllieDrabness, who says that her strange, perverted, twisted mind loves dipping french fries in ice cream. I assume because she wrote it to this show, she means right before having sex. Like real gross sex that you should not be eating french fries or ice cream in. I totally get it, Ellie. I do some weird shit before sex too. Me and you in the same boat. You guys heard it here first. Me and Ellie do weird ass stuff right before sex. Alright guys, that's it for my first episode of Getting Weird with Than. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course you fucking did, because you're all the way at the end and you're listening to the outro. So we appreciate that. Stick around, because we're going to have some extra bonus things coming up at the end, right after this quick little message about Patreon. Please give to our Patreon. It keeps this show going, and it's, you know, super fun. You get all this cool free stuff, you get extra things, and you might even get to be a guest on Getting Weird with Than. Who doesn't want that, right? Now for that cool stuff I told you about afterward, I was just fucking with you. Thanks for listening, though. This has been Getting Weird with Than. The Than effect is also, I was going to say it's an STD.
Say it.
The Than effect is also something that happens to your genitals.
@TallGuyNB says, Sometimes I use
You're out.
I know. That's why I stumbled and then said fuck. Here we go.
You didn't say fuck.
That's all guy. Also, if I saw a guy put Purell in his hands before he gave me a hand job, I would think, what a gentleman. And what a waste of time. Because I'm going to dirty the fuck out of those hands. That's what I'm saying. Because I'm going to dirty the fuck out of those hands. You know what I mean? Of course you know what I mean. You're listening to Getting Weird with Dan.
It's the grossest thing that's happened today is that sentence.
Here we go. So be sure to send those shaded penises, colors and all. We'll take the black and whites though too, you know? Unlike Roseanne. Am I right, guys? At Ellie Drabness, who says that her strange, perverted, twisted mind loves dipping french fries in ice cream. I assume she means while having anal sex.
God.
Sorry.